Hello, my fellow cigar smokers, and welcome to Smoker's Spot and another night owl session. It's late today. We have 1:40 a.m. and just finished more or less my day. So I already had a couple of cigars, but I guess that's my last one. And our tonight smoke is... Oh, let me get that out of the cellophane. I hate that shit anyways. And today we are smoking the NUB Sun Grown. In this case the 460. There's also the Sun Grown 466, and the last two digits are specifying the ring gauge. So the 460 here has a 60 ring gauge and is 4 inches long, and of course then the 466 has a 66 ring gauge. Oh guys, man, I love this cigar. I first saw them like 2010 or 11, and I felt like instantly in love with these cigars. Short, strong, big ring gauge, lovely. Okay guys, I think in the next hour or so we'll talk a little bit more about the NUB. Let us punch cut this one. Looking good. Effortless draw. Never had problems with the cigar. Really, never. A while ago I found this Zippo case. Looks like it's from the 60s or so, or like one of these old commercials. But actually it's it's not antique. Where's new? But I just liked it. And with my Zippo I have this butane insert. I like the sound. The Zippo sound, it's so unique. That's great. Did you guys know that different lighters have different sounds? It might sound crazy, but you know, you have a typical Zippo sound, like, and then you have the typical DuPont sound. Let me show you. Totally different. Just an interesting fun fact. So, before we start talking, guys, of course we need to drink something. Jesus Christ. You probably recognize this decanter here from Peaky Blinders. Garrison Shelby 1919. Still, there's no Shelby whiskey in there, and our today's whiskey is the Lafroig Quarter Cask. I think we had them already, but it's a good whiskey. Lafroig, very peaty, smoky, strong whiskey with some very fine sweet flavors, a little bit salty. Love it. And it's called Quarter Cask because the Lafroig Quarter Cask is actually aged in very small casks that only have like a quarter the size. How do you put it? Well, you know what I'm talking about. It's just like 25% the size of a normal, for example, hogshead cask or something like this. So small casks. And why? Because Lafroig thought that it's a good idea to have like more wood and less whiskey, so that the cask can influence the whiskey a little bit more. So that's where all these woodish notes are coming from. We're doing a good job. So guys, what is going on today? Just today, well actually since it's now almost 2 a.m. Actually yesterday I finally finished the recording for the Humidor Tour. That was good. That was harder than I thought. Actually, I think it was the up to now the most well, not complicated, but the video where I put the most work in, because I had to, besides the main video where I'm just talking, I had to like do 3 different videos additionally that are kind of planted into the main video. You will see it because I really finished it today, so we're cutting it and putting some effort into the post-production, and actually I think it's the second video where now, or the third, where you will see like the new intro. We now we're placing the intro in the front of the video. Well, not in the here in the midnight hour. We have the special intro, but in the cigar talks and in the reviews and in the pairings, we now have a new intro. Would be great if you let me know if you like it or not. New intro, new sound. So we're always, working a little bit on the details. So it would be great if that is something you guys like. If not, let me know. Maybe you like the old style a little bit more. So I finished the Humidor Tool. Actually, it was, after looking at it, I figured it's like 30 minutes, and I really I wasn't able to find something that like I didn't find more scenes to cut out. It's already just the necessary stuff. Really excited to see what you think. The funny thing is, I always thought it's not interesting enough, talking about the humidor and stuff. But for weeks now, different people were asking for the Humidor Tool, so I finally finished it. And it was kind of cool working on it, because this way you really were looking and touching all of your cigars, all of my cigars in this case. So every box, you will see that I'm getting every box out and not talking intensively about every box, but a few I open it and I'm talking about it. So it was kind of nice, because with a lot of these cigars, they're connected to memories. Well, not all cigars, of course, but I have a lot of cigars that are very old, and a few of them I still remember where I bought them, or under what circumstances I got these cigars. So it was nice. Let me start with a challenge that were coming up a few weeks ago, or 2 or 3 weeks ago, can't remember exactly. Actually, Ranch Hearts in Cigar, Heart in Cigars, brought it up, and it's about 5 things that you are blessed with. And I thought that's a pretty good idea, because it's just spreading positivity. With all the shit that is going on, it's nice to talk about some positive things, and I'm pretty sure we all have some positive things in our life that are worth mentioning. And I already, for example, where did I see it? Adam Swanson was doing the 5 blessings things, and I think Daniel from the 505 Cigar Review Show was doing it too. I'm just not quite sure, because I just watched his last episode, but I missed the one before, and in the last episode he was just talking about it, so I'm probably sure he was talking about his 5 blessings in the video before that I missed. But this guy, man, you are like almost, I think, daily. I have absolutely not enough time to watch all the videos out there. Also, I would love to see like every video from everybody I'm following, but Jesus Christ, that it's impossible. So I'm sorry. I'll give my very best. Five blessings. I was thinking a while about that, and of course there are the most obvious things, like family, friends, health, and stuff like this. And I have all that, family, friends, and health. But it was a little bit too obvious, and since Ranch didn't say, like, let us know the 5 most important blessings, just 5 blessings, or 5 things that we are blessed with, I thought, okay, it's obvious that I really blessed with my daughters, my wife, family, friends, and so on. So I don't have to like mention it extra. So just leave that aside and talk about 5 other blessings, or 5 other things that I think I'm blessed with. So, in no specific order, and it's like the same thing that Ranch also said was in his 5 blessings, my dogs. I'm blessed with my dogs. I have 2 dogs. I love them deeply. Sometimes they're driving me crazy, but they bring so much fun and joy in your life that I cannot think of a life without dogs, you know. I was raised with dogs. In the meanwhile, I had cats too. But since, man, I don't know, since I was a kid, I had dogs. And in general, a life without pets, it's crazy, you know. They're such an important part in your rhythm that it's unthinkable. So I'm blessed with my dogs. My second blessing is time. I'm blessed with time. What do I mean by that? I have no regular job, you know. And that has a couple of reasons. Maybe in the future I'm talking about that. But and since I have no regular job and just working on the projects that I like or not, well, not, but I have the privilege to work only with people and projects that I really like and fell in love with. And if there's nothing inside that I like, I have no problems, like for a whole year or 2 or 3 or 4 not working at all. And that gives me the chance to spend a lot of time with other things. And that is so cool because you really can just do the things that you really like and you're not forced to do other stuff. Spending time with my kids, spending time with friends, spending time here, making YouTube videos, reading, you know, all different kind of stuff. So time. Or to be more precisely, maybe I'm not blessed with time, but blessed with the chance to spend the time however I want. Put it that way. Hope that makes sense somehow. You know what I really love about this nubs? Oh, and it's always the same. It's the ash. The burn and the ash. Most of the time burn is really even. Ash always like solid and white. That's just such a good cigar. So, the third blessing. My neighborhood, or the environment I'm living in. You know, I live in Frankfurt. That's one of the biggest cities in Germany. But it's not like I'm not living downtown. So, is if I'm traveling by car or motorcycle, it takes me like 15 minutes to be in the center of Frankfurt downtown. So where I live over here, that's a part of Frankfurt that is really like a city in the city, or like a small village in a city. Because in this neighborhood here, we are like completely independent, you know. If I don't want to, I don't even need a car, you know. I have a bakery like 2 minutes away from my house. Remember we were doing the Trinidad Media Luna and the chocolate donut? The donuts I'm getting from that bakery. That's that bakery. And right next to the bakery, there is a butcher where I'm getting all my sausages, meat, and all that stuff from over there. And right next to the butcher, there's like a real small supermarket, you know, like a 7-Eleven or something like this. Over here it's called Nahkauf, but it's like a very small super. But you get everything you need, you know, toilet paper and paper towels and like French fries and all that kind of stuff. Everything you need, you know. Right next to the supermarket is like a small barber shop. Right next to it is like a really small shop that has everything around, like where you're getting your newspapers, cigarettes. I'm not smoking cigarettes, but you can get them over there. Like envelopes and everything else, you know. So, and that's all like between 2 and 5 minutes away from my house. Like I'm just going outside my door and like around the next corner at all these shops, you know. That's all you need. So that's one thing about my neighborhood. The second thing is that my direct neighbors, they are so cool, you know. I'm getting pretty good along with them. Except for one lady. You know, we were doing I was doing an episode, I think it was called like Cigars and Neighbors or so. I have this one crazy lady, but on the other hand she's also like nice, but that's a weird relationship, you know. But apart from that, everything is just perfect, you know. So I could imagine no better place in Frankfurt to live in, you know. So it's just fantastic, you know. So when I'm leaving my house on the right side, we have like next corner all these shops. On the left side, I'm like in within like 5 minutes. I'm in one of the forests that are surrounding Frankfurt. So mine, it's like just a perfect place, you know, and that's just great. I lived in a couple of places in Frankfurt, but that's the coolest. That's a place where I really feel like I'm at home, you know. So, love that. Before I continue with my fourth blessing, I think that's my last piece of chocolate I have over here. Let's get a piece. So the fourth blessing. I think I'm blessed with creativity. And that means like I always have a lot of ideas. Projects I want to start, things I want to do, things I want to work on. And Mostly it has to do something with being creative in different kind of things. And also this placing has a good side and a bad side. The good thing is like you are creative and you do a lot of things. The bad side is I'm easily bored with things. If I'm doing one thing and I mastered that, so I can do that or achieved a specific level or something, then I'm getting bored with it and I have to jump to something new. I mean, it's not like every day, but it can happen that I'm working on one project and it doesn't matter if it's like business related or something that I'm doing just for fun or whatever. And it can happen that I'm working on that for a year or two and then I'm finished with it, and I have to do something else then. And sometimes, like, my wife's getting crazy with me because she said, "Man, stick to this one." No, man, I'm done with that. I have to do something new. So my creativity is always forcing me to discover something new, and I really enjoy that, because I'm boredom is something that is completely strange for me. It's like when I finish one project, of course, then I can like a week or two. I'm just sitting around and do nothing, but I always need to do something. Getting myself involved in interesting things and in creative things and stuff like that. And I've figured throughout the decades of my life that most people are not like this. I know a whole lot of people, also friends, that are perfectly fine with what they are doing. And they are doing that for like 20 years and they're cool with that, And to some extent, that's something like I understand why they are doing this way, and I understand that's perfectly fine for them. But on the other hand, I could never live like this. But it's more a blessing than like a curse. So that's why I think it's a blessing to be creative and have the opportunity. There we coming to the time again to living out all the things you want to do. So that's kind of cool. It was my fourth blessing. Hmm? Wonderful cigar. My fifth and last blessing is happiness. I am blessed with happiness. Why? I'm just a happy person. It's like kind of hard to describe, but let me put it this way. More often, I see positive things in life than the negative sides in life. I'm able to enjoy a lot of things. Small things, like I'm taking a walk with my dogs. I'm walking with them through the field. I listen to the birds singing, the cool breeze, the smell of flowers, just taking a walk with my dogs, and I'm happy. And I can enjoy that. Some people just don't see all these little things, but I can really enjoy them. Sitting here on my chair, smoking a good cigar, recording that video, I'm happy. I'm totally happy with that, you know. Sitting at the dinner table with my family, enjoying a good steak and french fries, for example. I really enjoy that. And I can find happiness in that. Just sitting here in my mini lounge or in the garden, reading a book, and lose myself in the story that the author is trying to tell. I'm happy. And I think that is something I achieved. You know, I'm 47 now. When I was in my 20s, that wasn't such a good time. And I always had the feeling that I have to achieve something that is better, higher, more money, more privileges, more power, more whatever, name it, you know. I always had the feeling that I was looking for something, and I didn't even know what that was, you know. But after years and years, and growing up and gaining some experiences with different kind of things, I learned that happiness, you know. And that is something very important, I think. So I'm blessed with happiness. So here we go, 5 blessings. I picked some unusual ones. Like I said, I didn't want to pick like family, friends, blah blah blah. And that's absolutely true. That are also blessings, even more important than the ones I mentioned now or listed. But like I said, Ranch, you didn't say the most important blessing, you just said blessing. So I hope you guys understood what I was talking about, mentioning these specific blessings. If you have your own channel and you're doing some stuff on YouTube, think about your blessings, and maybe if you're in the mood for it, just take the challenge, accept the challenge, and name your 5 blessings. If you don't want to publish it, it's also cool thinking about what you're blessed with. I think that's even as important as like spreading the word, you know. So today is Sunday, 2:15 in the morning, and also already yesterday I tried to record the night owl session. It was crazy, guys. I have to tell you that story. I picked my cigar, and I planned, as I also smoked, a Partagas E2. Why? Because one gentleman in one of the comments, like in the last 10 or 15 videos, can't remember which one exactly, it was, he said like, it would be cool if you're smoking a Partagas E2 and let me know what you think. And I said, of course, no problem, I have one here, so let's smoke that, you know. So yesterday I picked it was the only one I had. So I picked this Partagas E2 and started smoking it and recording and so on. But I was so tired. It was about the same time. I was so tired that I was like yawning 15 times per minute, and it wasn't just, I didn't even finish it, you know. Like halfway through, I was thinking, oh man, you cannot publish that shit. Because I was just sitting here, you know, like almost falling asleep, yawning all the time, and wasn't very concentrated because of that, so I deleted it. I'm sorry for the Patgacy too, but it wasn't a cool session, so I'm starting it all over again today. And now I'm really awake, and actually I don't feel sleepy at all, so that's good. I think the problem yesterday was it was a long day. You know, not like filled with hard work or so, but there were a lot of things that I had to do, you know. Tiny things, small things, you know, but they were like constantly. Like I was finishing one thing, the next one. And it was like the whole day, and that was like, oh Jesus, man! At the end of the day, I was like done. So here we go again. Okay, we're finished with this chocolate here. And Sunday, today, is always podcast time. I've mentioned it probably a couple of times. Together with Olli and Michael, we're doing this German podcast, Frankfurter Stunde. And man, I was like, there's this rhythm now, like we're doing it every Sunday, the recording. And I'm talking about happiness, you know. I'm so happy that we three can do that thing. Being together, smoking one or two cigars, you know, talking about cigars or talking about all different kind of things. And I'm happy that we started last year in August. And still, man, I think we're all happy with it. You know, I'm happy that I can enjoy the companionship. I'm happy that we can do it the way we are doing it. I enjoy being together with my friends. And I'm happy that other people like it too. Here we go, happiness. Last Sunday, we were doing like a blind tasting. It was kind of cool because a couple of weeks ago I ordered some cigars, can't even remember what it was exactly, at a small shop in Potsdam. That's a city in the eastern part of Germany. And I met the owner of the shop on Instagram because he was posting a specific cigar and I wanted to have it. So I wrote him, I've sent him a direct message saying, hey, do you still have that? And he was sending it over. And then, because he was so nice, he was sending a fresh pack, and there were 4 tubos in there, just marked with A, B, C, D. And there were 4 different cigars were in there, and they more or less are all the same size, but 4 different cigars. No band, nothing. And so you have to figure out on your own what cigar it is, you know. There was a little note in there where saying, okay, we have 4 cigars, A, B, C, D, and in there is like, it was the David of Winston Churchill, I think the Aristocrat, a Patron, a Laura Chavin, and a Romeo Giulietta, Churchill. but you don't know which one was which one, you know. So we had a rough idea. These are the 4 cigars, and you have to figure out then which one is which. You know, that was kind of cool. It was so funny. But you know, we're just 3 people, and so we smoked 3 cigars, and of course after that, we know which one was left. And I had like a separate email from the guys in Potsdam, then telling me A is this, B is this, but I wasn't looking at it. After we finished it, and like I said, okay, I have this one, and Ollie said I have this one, and Mike said I have this one. I opened the email and said, okay. So the funny thing is, like, we had a success rate of 50%. Before we even started smoking, we were looking at the one cigar that we were not smoking, and said that's a Patron. And why? Because we all agreed on that. Patron is such a unique way of rolling cigars. Like the cap is always looking kind of same, and so we instantly said that has to be the Patron, and I was absolutely right. The second one, I had the Romeo and Julieta, and we also were right on this one. Just looking at it, you know, and the flavors that came out of the cigar, like underlined our theory, but others too were wrong. But it was there was a good ratio, I think. So we decided that today, this Sunday, we're smoking the Patron that we didn't smoke in the blind tasting. So we're all enjoying like the same cigar now, the Patron. Forgot the exact name. So that will be interesting to figure if that's a cigar that we all like or maybe not. Didn't I say the ash is great? And look at that smoke. We're very heavy. Great. The last review I was doing on Friday, that was this German cigar, the Nordlicht. Don't know if you already saw that. If not, go and check it out. That was such a terrible cigar. Man, holy shit. And now look from here, looking at my humidor, I still have the sampler box in there, and I'm really thinking about just throwing it away, you know. I can't remember when that feeling like I had it last time, but and it's a pity because, you know, it cost money, and I was really looking forward to smoke that cigar, and the outcome wasn't so good. And that was a situation where I was not happy. It's just, I don't know, you know, it's just a little thing, you know, that a cigar is not good, but man, that's just sucks big time. But you know, you have to be honest. If you're doing a review, no matter where the guys who are doing it are coming from, if you are friends or no friends, I don't know these guys personally, so we are no friends. But it's always no. I think there's a slogan like support your local business, you know. And I'm doing that a lot. You know, remember I mentioned like all the shops we have here around next corner. I could easily drive like 5 minutes to get into the car and go to one of the big supermarkets and getting all my stuff there. It's always and it's also a little bit cheaper and so on, but I don't care, you know. I want to support the people that are around me, and that means the shops that are around me, but also in all other aspects of life, you know. I'm trying to keeping things and people close, and if you have an opportunity or doing something good, first think about your people, you know, before you go beyond that. And it's the same with these kind of cigars. I know the guys that are here in Germany, and like Germany is not a traditional cigar manufacturing country, you know, and I always appreciate when people are starting something new, like doing a cigar, for example. I know that there are a lot of people out there who are working in the cigar business like for 5 generations or so, and they know what they are doing because they have a tradition and the experience and the knowledge and all that. And I definitely appreciate when somebody's starting something new. But on the other hand, when something is not good, you have to pinpoint it, put your finger on it and saying, that's not good, man. And I'm not doing you a favor telling you it's a damn good cigar when it's not a good cigar, you know. But it's, on the other hand, it's sad, you know, because I really wish that were great cigars, that you can support them and stuff like this. But this way, there's no way, unfortunately. And I don't think that, like, I was smoking the cigar like 2 years ago, the 2018 edition, and it was a bad cigar, and now I have again this limited edition, and it's again a bad cigar. I don't know, man. Just sad. Or other thing that I was thinking about is freedom. And, you know, it's funny because, okay, I'll give you a little bit more background. At the moment, I'm playing a game that is called Red Dead Redemption 2. I played on my PlayStation 5, and it's like open world, Wild West role-playing action adventure thing. And it's the game is fantastic, you know. I finished the game in the first time like 2 years ago, and then they were coming up with Red Dead Online. So you're playing just in this open world, and you're playing like it's playing in the late 19th century or start of the 20th century, like 1905 or something like this, you know. And you're playing like it's like the Wild West, you know. So you're a guy sitting on your horse and riding around and accomplishing stuff, you know, try to make a living, and shooting people and like hunting and all different kind, a lot of fun, you know. But I don't want to talk about the game itself. It's cool, but I was thinking about, because it's one of the most successful games in the last 10 years or so. And I was just putting the ash down. And I was thinking about, why is that game so successful? Putting away all the technical aspects, like it has a cool graphic and the gameplay is great and the story is great and so on, and it's all cool, but I think that is not the most important factor, you know. I think people who are playing these games, or playing this game specifically, they are kind of they want to feel the freedom that is coming along with it, you know. Even so, it's just in a game, but it's the same when you're watching a movie, you know. If you ever watched a movie that you really love and you kind of can feel the characters and the story, and you're like soaked into the story, so that for these 2 hours where you're watching the movie, you're completely in that movie. And when like the main character dies, you almost cry, and you're happy when something good is happening, like this, you know. And it's the same with that sort of games, you know. You're like soaked into the game, and you can feel like the freedom that is coming along with it, just being in the Wild West and riding, and don't think about your job, and don't think about your everyday problems and stuff like this. So you kind of getting away from all that daily struggle, and just feeling that freedom for 1, 2, or 3 hours, how long you ever play per day. And I think that is the thing that's fascinating people. And that is relatively new, you know, that phenomenon. Because like when I'm thinking about my parents, for example, they are now, my mom's like 70, 74, my dad's almost 80, you know, so were born directly after World War II, and of course they had no fucking time other than trying to survive, you know, and bringing food on the table and all that kind of stuff. So they had no opportunity to do something like this, you know. And it's such a privilege that now in our time we're able to enjoy all that and do all that, if you are lucky enough to be born in like a civilized country, or let's say not civilized, that might be too harsh, in a first world country, you know, where you don't have to work in bad circumstances, let's put it this way. Again, happiness. I was thinking about that while I was playing, you know. Sometimes I think I have way too much time on my hands. And here's another pleasant time, you know. Let me remove the band here. Actually, smoking now, or recording 53 minutes. I mean, for a small cigar like this, you know, remember, just 4 inches long. Ring gauge of 60, still smoking. And that cigar is like 10 euros, around 10 euros. So, what more can you ask for? So, what's coming up next week? Let's talk about this for a few minutes. Monday, of course. This night out session I'm just recording right now. On Wednesday, we have that Humidor Tour. Man, I'm really excited if you like that stuff or not. And Friday, there's another review. And I still have to produce that. So, and I'm now like between, I will probably record it like Tuesday, Wednesday, something like this. And I was thinking about actually 3 options. And if you watched until now, let me know which one you prefer. We still have that Cohiba Behika 52 review where I was doing the unboxing a while ago. So that's option A. Option B is the Ramon Alones number 2. That's the Cuban Ramon Alones, and it's a limited edition from 2019. Also still in my humidor waiting to be reviewed. Option 3 is there was coming out a new Davidoff. I don't want to talk too much about it right now, because you probably not heard of it until now. But I already got it in my humidor. Or this one. So, Cohiba Vejica, Ramon Alones number 2, or the new Davidoff. What do you guys think? Just let me know. If you have no preference, I'll just do what I think is right. But now you have the opportunity to choose which one of the. I will do a review on all 3 of these anyways. It's just like in which order. So. Where's my whiskey, damn it? Oh. Empty. One is enough for today. So that's it, guys. Almost finished here with my NUB Sun Grown 460. Good to smoke now. The last time I had this NUB was easily like 6 months ago. So happy to have a box again and the possibility to smoke it. Great. Good, guys. I hope you enjoyed this night out session. I enjoyed it, smoking something together with you. Also just virtually. Smoke a good cigar. Enjoy life. Think about things that you are blessed with. Can be interesting if you're really thinking about it and not like picking the obvious things, Take your time, think about it, and most probably you'll find a couple of things that you are blessed with if you're really thinking about it. So do that if you up to, and if you like to do it, it would be great, I think. Most importantly, stay safe and stay healthy, and I hope to see you around at Smoker Spot when we doing a night owl session, a review, and other stuff that I was talking about. Alright, guys, have a good one. Cheers.